So time to see this thing actually run. A couple more things I wanted to point out before the main event is, this piece of equipment here was, it's more or less a proof of concept to show what could be done in the home. Don't take anything here as, set in stone. It's just kind of showing the parts that are necessary. Like, for example, I have roughly 22 inches of packing. That is kind of an arbitrary number. I've seen some of the lab scale scrubbers that they use, and they don't use a heck of a lot more packing than that, although they're obviously certified to destroy X amount of material passing through them. Also, this has been jankily set up. It doesn't have real caustic in it, it just has water for the moment. This up here, the vent would normally actually go somewhere instead of to here, to the same space I'm in. And also a note on hygiene. This is a good bacterial reservoir if it's not high or low in pH. So between uses, make sure you empty it out, clean it, run fresh water through it. The orifices for both the spray nozzles in this are pretty small, and they do have a little tiny piece of like glass in there, like glass wool, that acts as like a pre-filter, but they're easy enough to plug where you don't want any kind of garbage building up in there. You could also put a little piece of foam over the end of that where it's drawing into the system. Just to give you an idea, that black junk in there is the slime rot from not cleaning the thing out properly. So you want to make sure you give it the maintenance that it deserves. So I'm going to plug in the blower fan, the inline blower, first. So that gets all the material actually moving, the vapor phase. And it's not a big deal what goes over it. So it's kind of loud. It's kind of just blowing away there. And once that is going, then the pump can be plugged in. So the pump, plug that in. Again, make sure that the cap is on down here. And then it's off to the races. So I'll just pull the camera off the tripod. And over here, internally, you can watch the water beat up on the inside of that to show that, hey, I've got flow. That kind of in-process check. I don't have a flashlight or anything, but you can see that it's going. This up here is working very well. You'd be seeing condensate build up on the camera if there was water making its way past, so the demister pad is doing what it should do. And then over here, that's the draw, and yes, there is some draw. I'm looking around to see if I got anything that I could kind of put in front of it to show the draw. Maybe this, maybe not. Yeah, that doesn't work. Anyway, there's draw to it, and that's what's being drawn through the system. Right now this is open all the way, so it's blasting water through here. And over here, this is the differential pressure indicator. So you can see these are not at the same level. So that's showing that you don't have a column plug, because if your column gets plugged, these are going to even out. It's showing that you've got flow through your system. So those are both critical elements for troubleshooting, and also it helps with reproducibility to make sure that your column isn't getting plugged. So really that's all there is to it. This thing gets up and running. You have a hose connected over there, which is taken to your exhaust, whatever you want to vent through this. It goes through the primary scrubbing, it goes through the secondary scrubbing. You've got a viewer window, you've got an exit, and then you've got the reservoir down here that you have to maintain. And just, that's the key to having a scrubbing system that is robust and multi-use, and could potentially allow a home chemist to take on a lot more projects without not only risk to themselves or risks to the people around them.